You're watching Alabama's WVUA News at 6.
I'm Philip Coleman.
And I'm Lauren Brooks. Tonight on WVUA News at 6. Bama and Kent State fans are flocking to the capstone for the first official football game of the Tide season.
And see how Tuscaloosa's story of recovery is being shared around the world. But first, Crimson Pride is filling Tuscaloosa in anticipation of the first football game of the year. You can feel the excitement in the air as the University of Alabama prepares for the kickoff of the 2011 football season.
It is cranking up. Bama takes on Kent State this Saturday. Fans already coming to Tuscaloosa, making their way to the University of Alabama, wanting to cheer on the Tide tomorrow morning. We have a live look now at University Boulevard from the WVUA tower camera. Those cars bumper to bumper, the direction they're heading right there toward the University of Alabama Strip. Some folks just already getting into town and taking that tour through campus just so they can feel like they are a part of all this excitement. And I tell you who else is a part of all this excitement, WVUA's own Terry Brewer. She's live at the University of Alabama.
And she joins us now with a look at all the action. Hello, Terry.
Hi guys, you're right. Action, Philip, that is the word. You know, I was out here right at the top of 5 o'clock and the traffic has really picked up. It's much more steady since then. Also, some good news. It's a little bit cooler out here than it was then. That's to be expected. So that is good news, or at least it feels a little cooler. And that's some good news. You know, game weekend, it doesn't just start on the weekend. The game atmosphere starts really on Thursday, some weeks even earlier than that. It's especially true for fans of the Crimson Tide that, you know, the spirit of the Tide just draws them in days before the actual game. And some set up as early as Wednesday of this week. One thing is for sure, whoever you are, whenever you came, Bama fans love to show their Crimson Pride. And if it's your first time experiencing Bama fever, then it really truly can be a cultural experience.
This is going to be my first football game here at University of Alabama. I'm actually looking forward to all the people, just the social interaction that's going to come along with it, and probably see how everything is run here at UA.
Of course, to make all this happen and to go smoothly, you need some good weather. It is still, we've been dealing with some very warm temperatures for months now, and of course there's some active weather out there too. And so how's that all going to impact us? Let's go to WVUA Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott with a first check of your weather. Hey, Richard.
Hey, Terry, good Friday afternoon to you. Definitely watching things down the south right now. Tropical Storm Lee getting organized, South Louisiana coast, just south-southwest New Orleans, Louisiana. And some of those outer rain bands starting to move into deep South Alabama, South Mississippi. Flooding rains are likely along the coastal sections over the next few days. The storm slowly moves towards the north and northeast. But the good news is, hey, high school football games tonight going to be dry for the most part. Yeah, stray showers possible by 7 o'clock kickoff time, but many of us won't see rain. I do have some good news for the Saturday football forecast, but Sunday and Monday conditions quickly go downhill. What about the rest of the weather forecast? Home team weather is coming up.
All right, thanks, Richard. Meanwhile, barbecue, white tents, crimson and white. When you add those up, you have the perfect combination for a great game day in Tuscaloosa.
Yes, but all that fun comes with a lot of preparation, a lot of work out there. WVUA's Lindsay Price shows us how Tuscaloosa gets geared up for game day.
Roll Tide, roll! Roll!
All these sounds in Tuscaloosa can only mean one thing. The Alabama Crimson Tide football season has finally arrived, and fans say they've been anticipating this big weekend for a while.
I've been looking forward to it since Orlando last year. That's how long I've been looking forward to it.
Excited for the season. I'm excited to do better than we did last year, and hopefully I love the enthusiasm on campus and the game day spirit. Absolutely love it.
White tents dotted the quad in the heart of the campus at the capstone. Fans put down their stakes early to get ready for tailgating on Saturday.
It's more tents this year, as always. It grows every year. And we started around 4 a.m. on Friday mornings and get done anywhere between 8 and 10 p.m. Friday night. This year we're doing roughly 75 to 100 more tents for close to a total of 300. for this year over last year.
And what goes better with football than barbecue? At Dreamland Barbecue in Tuscaloosa, ribs were smoking and sauce was pouring.
We look at it as an honor also because, you know, we have a lot of alumni, players, the different aspects of people that's enforced with Alabama that comes in and go with us. So we have a rich tradition we have to keep up.
My son graduated here in '94, I think. I'm not doing the math. I don't think we missed but 1 or 2 home games a season since then, and we drive all the way from Jacksonville, Florida, for each ball game. So you might say we're pretty dedicated fans.
We call this our home. We really like Alabama. Everybody's so nice and friendly down here, so we really enjoy being here.
I think we're going to go all the way. How would you not think that? And if you're a Bama fan, why would you not think that?
A sea of crimson and white will roll into the stadium in less than 24 hours for the first game of the season to watch the Alabama Crimson Tide take on the Kent State Golden Flashes. In Tuscaloosa, Lindsay Price, WVUA News.
Thank you for that report, Lindsay. And now some more important information for your game day. The city of Tuscaloosa will open the 311 information line 3 hours before kickoff for all University of Alabama home football games. You can get information about parking, all the Crimson Ride routes, also dining on and off campus, directions, and any other questions you might have. So remember that, 311, the number to call. And don't forget to join us this Saturday for Crimson Tide Kickoff, presented by Alpha Insurance. Gary Harris and John Huddleston will have previews for all the big SEC games, live interviews, and special reports. This week, the voice of the Crimson Tide, Eli Gold, will join Gary and John live. Also, a Tuscaloosa first responder who's being honored at the game will join us live. Crimson Tide kickoff 8 a.m. tomorrow morning right here on Alabama's home team station, WVUA. And speaking of football, Alabama's home team is the place for all your high school football action. Gary Harris and the entire WVUA sports crew will bring you all the highlights from West Alabama's big high school games. That starts tonight, 10:35, immediately after our 10 p.m. news.
And Tuscaloosa is ready to welcome football fans back to town. You're looking live at Bryant-Denny Stadium from the WVUA Tower Cam. On Saturday morning, Bama will hit the gridiron to face off against Kent State. More than 100,000 fans are expected to pack the stadium tomorrow. City and university officials say Tuscaloosa is recovering, and that message was spread around the world today through CNN. Meteorologist Reynolds Wolf was live from the Walk of Champions at the University of Alabama today. Wolf covered the aftermath of the tornado right after it had hit Tuscaloosa. Today he shared with CNN viewers how the excitement surrounding Crimson Tide football is helping lift the spirits of people dealing with tornado recovery.
Well, when we have tragedies in certain places around the country, there are so many people that reach with hands out, asking, begging for help. The thing that's amazing about Tuscaloosa, a lot of people here rolled up their own sleeves and got to work and did a lot of it on their own. And it's an inspiring thing. What's happened at this town, what's happened with this university is a source of inspiration. And I think everyone should be able to take something away from that.
And Reynolds Wolf is a native of Jemison, Alabama.